So today we talk about Black Friday, and not in that ironic, funny way, but rather because I genuinely believe that as a Pokemon card collector, you might be able to make the most of the holiday deals we may be seeing around this time of year, and more importantly, use those deals to build your collection, fill out your sets, and accomplish a lot of random collection goals. So in today's video, I'll show you 5 different Black Friday deals that were out and explain to you why and how I think you could use them to accomplish some really great things in the future. But before we get started, as we always do, let's roll that intro. Hey Gengar Gang, what is going on? My name is Ryan, this is the Analytic Gengar, and welcome to another video. In today's video, friends, we talk about maximizing and making the most out of the opportunity presented to Pokemon TCG collectors by Black Friday and holiday related deals. Now, today's video is all about discounts, right? During Black Friday, which is the Friday after Thanksgiving here in the United States, we frequently see a lot of retailers discount a lot of various items. So, usually you'll see things like TVs and video games and all that kind of stuff discounted, and that's primarily because of the holidays, Christmas, all that good stuff that happens in December. But one of the things that frequently goes under the radar are the deals with Pokemon cards that exist this time of year. There are tons of folks out there who talk about them and dialogue about them, but the one thing that I think doesn't get spoken about enough is how collectors can use those deals to really kind of either maximize their opportunities here in the hobby, or potentially even make some really good investments for the future. So in today's video, that's what I wanted to do. Now, how is today's video going to work? Well, I'm just literally going to show you 5 different screenshots that I captured from my Twitter feed. Oh, by the way, I have that now, so you should probably go follow me if you want to see me retweet random things. I still honestly don't know how Twitter works, but it is what it is. And then, yeah, so we'll just talk about those 5 different screenshots that I captured, and I'll explain to you a little bit about why each of those presents a really cool opportunity and how I would go about, or how I have gone about, utilizing those Black Friday deals in order to build out my collection or accomplish similar things. Now, of course, before we get started, if you like today's video, definitely feel free to leave a like, and hey, if you're not already, subscribe to join the Gengar Gang in order to join our happy little community. It's a really easy way to support my content, and also helps me know that I'm bringing content to you, the general public, that you all appreciate. So I would appreciate it if you do that if you aren't already. But with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. Now, first things first is the Target tins. Now, Target tins are really cool. This year, Target did the Eternatus Pikachu and Eevee tins, and you can see those here. Now, the way these worked is that on Black Friday, you could walk in store or online and purchase these tins for $10. These tins are the exact tins that you would have bought in store for about $20 at any other point in the year. And what's really neat about these particular tins is that they contain 1 promo card, and then they also contain 4 packs. Now, I've seen conflicting reports about this, but no matter which of the 2 comments you look at, what I did see was that all of the packs were Sword and Shield era packs. So I've seen everything from Sword and Shield Base, Chilling Reign, Vivid Voltage, and things like Evolving Skies or things like Battle Styles pulled out of these particular boxes, or tins rather. So my 2 cents on these are a great opportunity to pick up really cheap packs. At $10 a tin, that comes out to $2.50 a pack. If you took that $2.50 and multiplied it by 36, you would arrive at $90. So you're looking at a $90 booster box of assorted packs. Here's my personal philosophy on this. If you, for one reason or the other, could get your hand on a crap ton of these, let's just say 36, right? You could effectively get $90 booster boxes of the 4 sets that are contained within this particular tin. These are a great way of building up packs for the future. One of the things that I've taken to doing here in my own personal collection is, for modern product especially, buying tons of it when appropriate and putting it away, because I then know in the future I have the ability to open those products up at a relatively cheaper cost. And there was a point in PokeTuber history where there were some people who were able to do this, mainly because they had been buying and storing stuff for years, and because they were able to do that, they paid like $20 for an EX3 pack. They were able to open it up and it cost them $20 that they paid at Toys R Us, right? As opposed to someone who purchases it nowadays on eBay and doesn't have the same luxury because they paid upwards of $1,000 for a particular item. So that's why it can actually be very, very important to put stuff like this away. I doubt we'll ever see the same price behaviors between modern sets and vintage sets, but it is nice to know that if you can put some of this stuff away, you will have the opportunity to open up some older sets, give or take 5, 6, 10, 20 years from now. So something to bear in mind. And if you're not in it for the long run and you really just want to complete sets, again, this is a great way of getting super cheap packs that can help you contribute to rounding out your sets, whether it be, pegging off a couple of ultra rares or even finishing up your reverse holographics from a particular set. Next up are the build and battle kits. So build and battle kits contain 4 packs, a promo card, and a pack of energies. From the TCG perspective, these are really meant to be pre-release items. You see these released about a week before the official launch date. You can go in store, buy one of these, open them up, you get a little sneak peek, and usually these particular kits are stacked with hits, and the reason they do that is because they really do want you to get at least one workable card that you can kind of build a small deck out of, right? So from the TCG perspective, these are usually meant to help kickstart your experience with a new set of Pokemon. Now, these usually MSRP for about 20 bucks, so when you see them on sale for $16, that means you're looking at a whopping price of 20% off. Now, ironically enough, you're still paying $4 per pack, which is, it is what it is. But the good news is that, in my experience at least, build and battle kits have been seeded a little bit better. So within those 4 packs, you're usually expecting an ultra rare of some sort, as opposed to 4 random sleeved boosters, which may not necessarily get you the same price. So I think build and battle kits are fun. I do think there is a good opportunity there to either, get a whole bunch of them and just throw them in a box somewhere. Again, keep them long term, or again, purchasing a whole bunch and opening them up, because again, you can take advantage of those better odds. You'll get tons of energies if you're into that. And another unique opportunity that I think exists here is getting a complete collector set of sealed promos. Don't forget that each build and battle kit comes with a random promo card with the set logo stamped on it, and although the staff versions of those cards are usually worth a little bit more money, I do think those are also a great way of getting 10, 15, 20 of those particular items, so that you can go ahead and get them graded in the future or sell them to a collector who is a little bit more interested in them. Now, I've seen these, by the way, in 2 different variants. I've seen just buy an individual kit for $16, and I've also seen buy 10 kits or a sealed case for $159.99. So these are also pretty cool, because some people like these larger sealed products. And so it could also be a very good investment for the future, since, build and battle kits are a relatively popular item. And so if you can find these for either Evolving Skies or for Fusion Strike, I definitely recommend trying to pick 1 or 2 of these up. Next up is the Build and Battle Stadium. So the Build and Battle Stadium is effectively just 2 Build and Battle kits plus an additional 4 loose packs plus a bunch of extra goodies. So I like Build and Battle Stadiums for one reason and one reason only. There's tons of flexibility. This is one of the things that I personally do when I'm thinking about how to work around modern investments, because obviously there's a bunch of different ways you can go about it. Obviously, any item that you buy usually contains packs within it, and so the way you can think about it is you can rip open all the packs, and you can have the individual cards, which can be graded and held for investment, or you can purchase the sealed item and hold it for investment, or you can purchase a sealed case of the item and hold it for investment purposes. I think the Build and Battle Stadium presents a unique opportunity, because effectively, if you purchase them, I think they're great collector's pieces in and of themselves, so that's pretty neat, and you can get them for a discount, which is, again, amazing. The other thing you could potentially do is you can look to open up the 4 loose additional packs and you still have 2 build and battle kits, which isn't terrible either. And then you can just keep them sealed, realizing that, hey, in the future you'll have a little bit of flexibility as to what to do, right? If you want, you can tear down the individual items, open up all the packs and see what you get out of it. Or if you want, you could, you know, keep them sealed and then in the future sell them sealed, etc., etc. Long story short, items like this are great because they contain items within them, and that means that in the future you'll have a little bit more flexibility as to what you want to do should you choose to hold it long term. If you're looking at it from a short-term perspective, you're paying about $3.75 per pack if you exclude considering anything else. Not terrible, because, I mean, hey, you know, $3.75 is better than the sleeved. And again, build and battle kits tend to be favored a little bit more nicely, and so there's a good chance you're going to pull something out of these things, which again, hopefully means you'll have a really nice set of cards to pull out. And again, you only did that at $3.75 a pack versus the $4 that you would see for a sleeved blister. So next up is the booster box deals that I've seen pop up. Now here's where we're going to get a little bit of interesting analysis kind of going back and forth. So here's an example of one of the booster box deals that I've seen, and what I hope I can do is show you how I look at it and how I consider it, and then you can turn around and anything that you see going forward, you can apply the same thought and logic to it. So this particular deal was $255 for 3 booster boxes. Now, immediately in the comments of this particular post, what I did see was a lot of feedback over the battle styles. Apparently battle styles isn't loved anymore. Obviously, you know, further sets like Evolving Skies have kind of taken over the general conversation that takes place. And that's quite alright, but I personally don't look at those types of things when I consider long-term purchases. So if I'm buying these things just to put them away, I really don't go out of my way to be like, oh, well, it's battle styles, because at the end of the day, it's going to take a lot of time for any particular set to be, you know, a fan favorite set. And one thing that I always joke around is just remember that back in the day, the EX era was not a fan favorite era because no one really cared about Pokemon back then. So ironically enough, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people nowadays that are like, oh, I love the EX era sets, but back in the day there actually were not. So just bear that in mind, right? The current idea of what a good set is will continue to be redefined as time goes on, and that may then influence what sets or which sets are fan favorite sets in the future as these sets continue to age, stop getting printed, etc., etc. Now, as it comes to the actual particular deal itself, $255 for 3 booster boxes comes out to $85 per booster box. $85 is the cheapest price per booster box we've seen, and the benefit is that you don't have to buy a ton. You literally have to buy one of these deals to get a sealed booster box. 3, in fact. Now that comes out to $2.36 per booster pack. By far, dollar for dollar, the cheapest you would possibly pay for Pokemon cards if you looked at or considered any of the different deals that I have highlighted in today's video. And again, primarily driven by the fact that it's a booster box, which is immediately going to be cheaper, but then the fact that it's $85, that is hilariously great pricing, especially if your intention is to either A, hold these guys for the long term, or B, complete sets on the cheap, because you could rip a few of these. You'd probably set yourself up very well as it comes to getting a whole bunch of the commons, uncommons, etc., etc. And then again, because they're booster boxes, there's a pretty good chance you're either going to pull a secret rare, an alternate art, a full art trainer, etc., etc. Again, a really good way of kind of chipping in and getting some really good value, dollar for dollar, pack per pack. Finally but not least, I saw this Celebration sealed 8-pack of tins. Obviously a little bit pricier than MSRP, shockingly. However, Celebrations is interesting because Celebrations can either be below or above. Now, like I said, there's been tons of Celebrations products out there, so the one thing that I would encourage you all to do is consider what it is you want out of your purchase. There are some people who are purchasing these particular items because they want the Celebrations packs within, or the Pokemon card packs within. That's cool, that's great. If that's the case, go for what is dollar for dollar the cheapest, because, you know, honestly, that's all you're really after, right? However, if you're going after sealed products, this is why I put this particular item. Again, the tins from Celebrations are phenomenal. I think they're some of the best, and I genuinely believe that they are really cool. I think long term they will also make a great investment piece because they are pretty recognizable and they feature the starter Pokemon. So again, they're going to be popular items. And then to have a sealed case of them just adds another layer of cool factor on top of everything else. So I genuinely believe that for a variety of reasons, these are going to be a really great investment piece because you can pick them up, albeit a little bit more expensive than MSRP, but it is the sealed case. And as you know, sealed cases tend to carry a slight premium over anything else. Again, the best thing you can do is purchase them, keep your receipt, maybe print out a copy of the receipt and just use some, you know, very easy tape to tack them on, and there you go. No one's going to question the authenticity, and 9 times out of 10, if you hold them long term, they'll probably be worth something, especially in about 5 years time when we're celebrating the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. But with all that said, friends, there you have it. 5 different unique items that you could have purchased this Black Friday. I'm sure there will be tons of deals floating around that you can take advantage of, and I hope today's commentary has helped you to consider some of the different items that you might want to purchase. Again, I have a feeling these deals will be around. People are trying to move product right now. Pokemon's doing a phenomenal job of printing new product. And so I have a feeling holiday deals will definitely be abundant this particular year. Keep an eye out for them, and more importantly, you know, think about what your intention is. I think that's really one of the things that is a big defining characteristic of how you can go about evaluating opportunities here. But I think whether you're looking at buying, you know, cheap Pokemon cards for today or buying cheap Pokemon cards for investment for quote-unquote tomorrow, I think any or all of these items are great opportunities or entryways that you could hopefully use to get started. But with all that said, friends, thanks again for checking out another video. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, feel free to leave a like on the video to let me know you enjoyed. And of course, hey, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to become a subscriber, you can do that too by hitting the button down below. But with all that said, friends, thanks again for checking out another video, and we will talk soon. Peace.